Hey fellow foodies, it's Faye from faysfood.com. Today I'm going to show you my technique of how to make cake pops. So obviously you can start out with any flavor cake you'd like. I made this cake about a week ago and it's been sitting in the fridge. So what I'm going to do to kind of get the flavor back up is to add some almond extract and then some vanilla extract. If you made your cake fresh or if you made your cake only a few days ago, you really don't have to do this step, but mine has been sitting in the fridge for a week, so I wanted to kind of make sure it tasted how I wanted it to taste. And you can see the crumbs are pretty coarse. You don't want them too fine. So I'm going to just give that a mix. And if you have a moist cake, my cake is pretty moist, as you can see. It's clumping up together. And this is with no buttercream. So if your cake does the same and it's that moist, you're not going to use as much buttercream. So I'm using about a half a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon of buttercream. And I'm going to give that a mix and look to see if I need to add more. And I decided to add one more and gave that a mix. And it really came together quickly after that. It seemed to really be the correct texture I wanted, so it really only took 2 tablespoons of buttercream. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and roll out the balls for the cake pops. Now, if you were using these cake pops for an event or for a party or if someone's coming over, whatever, if you want to, you can definitely use a mini ice cream scoop to really measure them out, make sure they're all exactly the same size. Obviously, I'm not doing that. I am going to eat these all myself. I know I'm a pig. So I'm going to just use my hands and kind of eyeball it. So once we roll these all out, I'm going to pop these in the fridge for about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so they're out of the fridge. I melted some white chocolate here. I'm just gonna dip the end of the stick here, and we're going to kind of pop them in the middle of the ball and make sure it doesn't go too deep through it. But yeah, it's gonna set up, and we're gonna put this in the freezer once they all have the sticks, and we're gonna freeze them for about 30 minutes to an hour. Should be quite enough. So now we're ready to dip. You can obviously dip in any chocolate you'd like. I'm using white chocolate. You want to use a good name. Don't use the cheap stuff, and use melting wafers or candy melts. If it has melt or melting or candy on the label, you're good to go. I want to make a note. Don't use candy like Hershey's or something like that. It's not going to melt properly. So I'm just going to put this in the microwave. I'm going to microwave it in short bursts, about 10-15 seconds. Really give it a mix. And keep doing it until it's melted like this. When you melt it properly and you buy the correct product, you really are not going to need to add a shortening or oil or any kind of thing to thin it out. So these are well frozen, so they're not going to move around on me. I'm going to just dip it and then kind of give it a shake, a tap, to let the excess come off. And this is why freezing the cake pops is so important. They do this in bakeries, professional bakeries, so I really suggest you do this at home. It really does make it easier. So I'm just going to take a empty, clean tin pan here, and this is what I'm going to use to spray the sprinkles over. And of course, you can design these any way you want. If you wanted to tint the white chocolate, if you were using white chocolate, you can do that. You can pipe some royal icing on there. there's elaborate decorations for cake pops. These are really beginner cake pops. If you've never made cake pops, I'm just trying to show you just a simple beginner's technique. And as you progress, you know, you can get into really the more decorating, making these into animals, you know, different decorations that are out there. So you can see I chose to decorate in different sprinkle colors. So I did the rainbow colors second. This one I'm gonna just make all blue. That's the thing that I think people love about cake pops. They're so versatile. You can really decorate them any way you want. This one I decided to tint the white chocolate pink. So I just left that as a plain pink, no decoration on there. This one I also tinted pink, but I'm going to add some green white chocolate that I tinted green. And really, it's just any way you want. This doesn't have to be scientific, just kind of splatter it on there. And you can see the interior, very, very fluffy, moist, so delicious. And then you get a bit of crunch from the outside. It's really, really nice. But you can see I put them in a styrofoam to dry. That's what you want to do. So if you have a spare styrofoam, you can also buy styrofoam in the store. That's where you want to put them to dry. Alright guys, so this is the Faye's Food beginner's technique for cake pops. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Subscribe to this channel for more great videos. Go to faye'sfood.com for the full post on this technique. And until next time, guys, you have a great day.